Hello.
It's me for just a minute. I've been moved to Omaha.
An inmate at the Douglas County Jail. To accept this call, press 0. To refuse this call, hang up or press 1. To prevent calls from this facility, press... This call is from a corrections facility and is subject to monitoring, recording, and the location of your phone will be obtained. For more information about our privacy policy, please visit www.connectnetwork.com. After the beep, press 5 to accept this call. This call is from a corrections facility and is subject to monitoring, recording, and the location of your phone will be obtained. Stay on the line to accept this call. Thank you for using GTL.
I don't consent to recording of this call. Anything I need to know?
Yes, sir. I got two things. A guy named Alex sent me an email, and he said, "Hi, Rudy. In answer to Mike's question, according to the airplane flight manual, a fully fueled Piper Cherokee 140 model PA-28 can carry up to 100 pounds of baggage in the baggage area without exceeding weight and balance limits. That does not include the rear passenger seats." He goes on to write, "Also, I might know more about Kent Dorfman. Would you please ask Mike if he is a heavy-set white man, late 20s or early 30s? If so, I think I know who it is."
Okay. He's probably about 6 foot 1 or 2. Sandy blonde hair, parched on the side. Probably about, I'm guessing, 220, 230.
That's pretty heavy set.
Guessing.
Yeah, that's heavy set.
Yeah. Yeah, the cargo weight that you can carry fully loaded with it fully fueled is one thing. I'm not looking for the gross weight. I'm just looking for that zone. And every time the plane was flown, obviously it's full of fuel and it's got cargo and people in it. So not passengers, because it's not a passenger plane. That's people. But anyway, anybody that has access to that data sheet, if they can scan it or copy it off the internet, email it to you. I would greatly appreciate it. But,
yeah, and there are letters. There are letters headed to you. I hope you'll get them soon. I did mail some scans. Somebody sent me the whole 68-page Piper, manual. But also, I got a letter from Dorothy, and she said Canada and British Columbia are trying to steal $1 billion of gold and copper from the Chilcotin, and there's something called the Texaco mines. And there's a whole article that she sent me, and I printed that off, and that's headed to you as well.
Yeah, it's all about stealing the resources, and that's what this is all about. They're trying to destroy the governing authority of the Chilcotin. First Nations people have the right to run their own government, and this is nothing more than a bully on the block. Canada and United States Government Corporation and their henchmen are locking up the government officials of another country, which is a war crime. They've declared war against the Chilcotin people who are trying to peacefully engage in, bilateral trade agreements and be good neighbors and, utilize their own raw materials to provide for themselves. Well, they want slaves. This is nothing but an enslavement of a free people. That's what it's always been. We're dealing with Nazis. Even Dorfman's superior said he's a good German.
Right, right.
I know a lot of Germans. They're not Nazis. They're decent people, and these people are Nazis. They want slaves. They want everybody to be a slave. But anyway, there was a question I had is if it's any way to check and see if that petition I filed on Mrs. Parsons' behalf in the U.S. District Court in Memphis, if it's ever been filed, if they received it. It's been a couple of weeks since I sent it. I was just curious if they got it. Also, there was an article in the paper yesterday about a Joshua, Joshua Horner, Horner. It was printed in the Salem, Oregon paper. He's out of Redmond, R-E-D-M-O-N-D, Oregon. Redmond, Oregon. He was convicted April 12, 2017 of sexual abuse of a minor. And apparently the case, he was released and it was dismissed and thrown out because they found that the person accusing him basically lied and said he shot and killed her dog when it was actually, none of it was true. And what got him out was that they found the dog alive and well where she'd given it to somebody else. The thing in my case is that the FBI was going on the statements of other FBI in Memphis that they got from the Chief Donna Turner FBI agent. So it's a lie based on a lie based on a lie. Everybody is perpetrating lies that somebody else said. Nobody has firsthand knowledge. And the search warrant claimed that the plane had been secured, effectively implying it had been locked up, inaccessible for 2.5 months. That was the smoking gun lie. That's what that video shows. The plane's been unlocked, accessible by anybody. And when I asked him, you know, they try to imply that what I refer to as the nation's item, I said, that's the contract. I'm the ambassador. I'm the one that wrote up a contract for this timber deal. That was a draft of the contract, and there was a tablet PC that was brand new that had all the information for the nation so that they could run the accounting and everything for it. That was all pre-done and ready to go. That's the nation's item. That's what it is. It's like, you know, the Chilcote Nation, these are people that hunt. They got guns everywhere. It wouldn't make any sense for anybody to have to carry them a gun. They've got access to guns. That's not an issue. It's that contract that they don't have that allows them to make all the money and do the timber deal. Anyway, anything else?
I get you've been getting my letters, right? I've been mailing quite a bit of letters. Hopefully, you've been getting a few of them.
I have.
Okay. I can't think of anything else. I mean, I mailed you. Somebody took some snapshots from the page.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
From the pages of the Piper manual. That's headed your way.
Okay. Well, one last thing. If somebody can do a search to see if there's anything that states that there's no body of law where a court has the authority to determine a status of an ambassador, that is something that is to be done by the executive branch only. It's exclusive to them, that there's no acts, nothing constitutional. Nowhere does it give a court the authority to determine the status of an ambassador, period. And that's what this judge did. He denied the jury the ability to identify the fact that I'm an ambassador. He said, well, I've already determined that they're not. So he basically, you know, shut the door on them recognizing my status as an ambassador, even though all the facts showed that. And anyway, if you can contact Mr. Warner and ask him about the comments in court that he heard, maybe you can get a recording of that firsthand.
Thank you for using GTL.